Hi, I'm Maggie Weldon, owner of Maggie's Crochet Needlework and Crafts. I've been designing crochet patterns for over 30 years and crocheting for over 40 years. I am so excited to be able to share my expertise with you through these videos. If you need help with anything, just write it in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. And our Facebook page is Maggie's Crochet. Our website is maggiescrochet.com. I really hope that you enjoy the video, and I want to thank you very much for watching. For this ruffled scarf, I'll be using the Starbella Reggae yarn, and it comes in 5 colors, and there's another video that shows you the colors, and it shows you how to unwrap the color, the yarn, once you get it open. So in here, hopefully I can find my spot. Yes, hallelujah. Okay, so this is a little bit different from your regular ruffling yarn, and it's very short, so I had to think about a different way of doing working this, crocheting this, so that we could get a ruffled scarf from this. So what I want to do to start out with is I'll be working in these big loops right here. I'll be working with my favorite Dreams size L crochet hook because it's got a very deep cut in the head of it, so the loops stay on really good there. So what I want to do to start is I'm going to try to stay on this white so that you can see what I'm doing. What I want to do here is overlap these 2 squares with the next 2 squares. So I'm just going to fold that and match that big square up with the next big square right here. See that? Then I'm going to put my hook in the first set of squares, and then I'm going from front to back into the next set of squares. Okay, that'll be my start, and that tucks this in a little bit. You can, since this is sticking out, you could go in there and trim this up a little bit when you get done. So there's different ways you could do this. You could go in every single one, but you'll have to keep in mind that if you do that, your scarf is going to be very narrow, because you're not giving it much width here. So like for instance, if I just pull up 2 loops, then I'll do that a couple of times. The very last loop stays on my hook, and I take the other loops that are on my hook, I turn the head of the hook down, and I draw through all the remaining loops on my hook. So then I'll do the short version. I'm going to go in every one, and I'm going to go in, like, let's say I'll do 4, and then I'm going to keep the last loop that I just pulled up on my hook. I'm going to put my is that the index finger? I'm going to put that right there and my thumb right there, and I'm holding the loops, and I'm bringing my hook through, and I'm pulling this over like this. So I just want you to see how short that would be for a scarf, and that would be fine too. And I'm going to go in 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to grab these other 3, and I'll pull that through. And I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to bring these through and pull them off the last loop on my hook right there. See, so it's real narrow right there. Okay, so that's option 1. Option 2 would be to skip a loop and go in every other one. So I'm going to skip this one, go in this one, skip the next one, go in this one, skip the next one, and go in that one. And I'll just do 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing, skip, go in this one, skip, go in the next one, skip, go in the next one. Now this will go a lot faster. It's going to be a little bit kind of more laid back, kind of like not so not so dense. It's going to be a little bit more relaxed look to it. Okay, and then I'm going to pull those 3 off there. So now you can see the difference. See, right here is the 1 and here's the 2. And you notice too the little black tape is starting to show up, but I think that's fine too. I think it adds to the character of it. So there you can see the difference in the width. So now I'm going to try it with skipping 2. Okay, so instead of every other, I'm going to go in the 3rd one. So I'm going to skip these 2. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to skip the next 2 big. I'm going into these big holes. Skip those 2, go in this one, skip the next 2, and go in this one. Okay, I'm going to leave, that was the last one I put on my hook. I'm leaving that on there. I'm going to get these and I'm going to pull those through the last loop on my hook. Now look at it. Well, I'll do a couple more so you can see them in a row. Okay, so I'm going to skip the next 2. You want to make sure that you get this kind of untwisted. So I'm skipping those 2. I'm going in the 3rd one. Unravel this, skip those 2, go in that one. Now the other variation is you could pull up more loops. Like that. Or you could pull up less loops. Just have fun experimenting with it. Okay, I'm going to skip this one and that one. And I'm going to go in this one. So that's 1. I'm going to skip those 2. Go in this one, that's 2. And then I'm going to skip these 2. I'm going to go in that one, that's 3. So I have these 3 loops on my hook. The last one stays there and I'm pulling it through here. Okay, let's look at this thing now. You might want to, you just pull at it like this. So let me show you the difference now. Okay, this is every loop, this is every 2 loops, and this one is every 3 loops. This one, the black is showing up more. But it's cute. So you can see how this is coming out wider. And the black is going to show no matter what. And I don't know, I'm thinking out of all these, I don't know, I would have to see them completely done. And I think there's plenty here to do whichever variation you want to do. But I like the being wider, but maybe, I don't know, maybe just 2 instead of 3. I would play around. No, I think that would be pretty lacy enough. I guess if I had to choose, I think I would like this one for the whole scarf. And that's what I'm going to work my sample up in, the whole thing. So, so there you have how to do this. And when you get done with this at the very end, you'll want to stop when you have a few inches out here left. And you just would, this would be cut off. And you just wrap the whole strand, these things and all, over your hook. And just draw it through the very last loop on your hook, the whole thing. And then you would, this would be cut and you just pull that whole thing out. And then that would lock it. And if you wanted to, you could like tie a knot with it or make another chain with it, but you'd be working like with that whole thing. And then you just pull the whole thing out and it would lock. So that's how you make the ruffled scarf using reggae yarn. It's kind of fun, cute. So I'm going to, I'll make a complete scarf for this and you'll see it in the picture for the video. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you visit us at maggiescrochet.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. And I want to thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your crochet. I wanted to come back on the video and show you the finished scarf. And during the first part of this video, I was experimenting with every loop, and then I went to 2 loops, and then you know, every other loop, and then I went to every 3rd loop. So after completing the scarf, I just want to make sure that you understood that the best way to get one scarf out of just a 1 skein yarn is to do every other loop. So that's what this is right here, and it's just over 3 feet long. And when I put it on myself, it goes around my neck and down to like my hips. So I think that's a good length for a scarf. And over time, I think it'll kind of stretch out a little bit. And no matter what, the black's still going to show on this white, which I don't think it looks bad at all. I think it looks good. And I think with the darker colors, you won't see any of the backing color like you do on this one. So I don't think any of these will show. Anyway, so I thought I would also show you the very end of the scarf before I finish off. So this is my very last loop that I can do. I don't have enough. I love these stitch markers. These are available at maggiescrochet.com. So they come in very handy. So I'm going to put this loop back on my hook. This is as far as I can go because I don't even have enough of this yarn to keep on going. So what I'm going to do is just take this whole strand like this and yarn over with it and draw that whole strand through the last loop on my hook right there, like that. And this will just, and if you pull that tight like this and pull as much of this through as you can and tighten that, that will stay. And if you wanted to, you could come back in here. There's a loop here at the bottom. Those are the skip loops, and just run that through a couple of times. And so that won't pull out. And then you just cut the end because it's got all this, all these little ruffles are gonna hide it. So I would just come down here. Make sure you don't cut into your scarf and just cut the end off like that. And see, when that comes down, you can't even see the end. So that's how you make the ruffled scarf, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.